Okay, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Kicking back with me today, I've got Malcolm Wellmaker, who was victorious in Kansas City over Cameron Saaiman. What a knockout. What an incredible debut. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So nice meeting you. I didn't get to meet you. I was in Kansas City. I think I may have seen you at the hotel or something. I didn't get to meet you, but I don't know if could you have scripted yourself a better UFC debut?
No, it's incredible. I didn't even think it was gonna go this great. I mean, I definitely was expecting a knockout, but the way I got it, and how it happened, how fast it happened, everything just picture perfect.
Right. Okay. So because you got a knockout on Contender Series, right, and that's how you got signed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so now you're 9-0, and I feel like we're seven of those knockouts.
Seven of them was finishes. Two of them
Okay.
was submissions, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. 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 So yeah, why did you think you would be able to get a knockout over Cameron? We hadn't seen him. You know, he's been in longer than you. Obviously, he's been here
Yes, ma'am.
before, and he had won some fights, and he had lost some fights, and he took some time off, and he was trying to regroup and set some things up. And this was supposed to be like his comeback. And everyone's like, "Wow, Malcolm got a pretty good assignment for his first time out." But why did you think you would be able to knock him out?
Um, well, me and my team have a big confidence in what I'm capable of, man. We just know that we haven't had the opportunity to show it. And when we watched Cameron, just not just his most recent fight, or not even just his losses, just all of his fights, we saw a couple opportunities that were very likely to show themselves to be capitalized on, and things that I'm good at countering. That right hand being one of them. And also, man, I just don't think he fought somebody with the kind of power I have, and we knew it would show itself, and it did.
You know, bantamweight is such a deep division, but when somebody shows up with knockout power, people take notice. So, do you think? Would you say not that's it's your only strength, pun intended, or whatever, but like that's what's going to set you apart?
Absolutely. I think one of the factors that make me so much different than everybody else is like just the type of reactions I get when I hit people. A lot of it is precision, but I do have that God-given talent, that power to where it just shuts people down, and that was a great example of what I can do.
When did you discover you had that?
It was in kickboxing, man. I was hitting people with headgear and 10-ounce gloves and knocking them out. So when I went MMA, I made my debut, my very first MMA fight in the amateurs. I hit a guy with an uppercut, and his body went absolutely limp. And since then, I've been swinging for the fences.
Nice, it's been working. And so the whole time you're from Augusta, Georgia, right? Is that the whole
Yes,
time
ma'am.
you've been doing all your training there?
Yes, ma'am. The whole time.
Nice, nice. And so to make the leap up to the big leagues here, like I said, you couldn't have scripted a better debut, but how many jitters did you have? What was it like? I mean, because, you know, a lot of people get their debut at the Apex, which is a much safer environment. And especially if you've been on Contender, you know, it feels like home. You did it under the lights and all that. What were the jitters like for you?
Man, this is crazy to say, but I had less nerves for this fight than Contender Series. I mean, and it wasn't that I wasn't nervous at all, but I was so much more overwhelmed by the excitement of being there, the happiness, the contentment with how well the week went. I mean, all the people I met in the organization was so nice. We hit it off so well. All the other fighters treated me so good. Every time I was moving around, my weight cut went great. You know, my mid sessions were so good. It was just, everything was just such a dream come true that, I felt like I was living a dream regardless of what happened in the fight. And so when I went out there, I fought free, and I just felt so good.
It really worked out, and I think at the end of the show, I said something at the end of the post show because it was the end of an era for us, saying goodbye to Anthony Smith. But then we were like, but it's the beginning of the Wellmaker era. Like, if you don't know, so I have to ask you, because we were talking about the fact that you are or now I guess technically were a pipe fitter welder, right? And the whole point was that if you got the bonus and everything, the last day at work was going to be the last day at work, which I think
Right.
is so great. So is that true? You have now left that job?
Absolutely. I went in this morning, and I bought biscuits on the way to work. I sat down with the guys. We talked for over an hour. They're like family to me. But I got my welding hood, I got my hard hat, my Carhartt coat, and I walked out for the last time. And I'm a full-time fighter now.
That's incredible. Congratulations to you. I know
Thank
that's a
you.
big deal.
Yeah, it's huge. It's surreal being here because I've been, in the pipe fitting trade for longer than I've been fighting. So to think that that's not going to be a part of my daily life now is it's still hard for me to believe.
But what a great thing, to know how to do that is so cool. And hopefully you never have to go back to it. But I was looking at your social media. So for those who don't know, what does that job entail? That you actually have to go in the pipes, right? And weld in from inside?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I work on huge lines like that. One of the more recent jobs we did was a piece of 48-inch stainless steel pipe, and we were building a vessel, so I had to climb inside of it. There was welding I did from the inside of it. We've built platforms and structures before, with steel beams, and I've installed and broken down piping systems anywhere from as small as like 1/4-inch pipe all the way up to like 60-inch pipe, man. And I've just had a ton of things I've been able to be blessed to work with over the 10 years that I did spend in the trade.
That is so cool. It's wild. It's really wild. I'm always amazed when people have these kind of gigs. Like I watch on YouTube the guys that are like welding underwater and stuff, and how they're like building oil rigs and stuff like that. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's incredible. It was so fun, all the things I got to do. It's always something new you can learn. You meet people from all over the country, and I really did and do love the pipe fitting trade. So like I said, if I do ever have to go back, it's not the circumstances I hope for, but I won't be heartbroken, man. I got so much love there, and I enjoy doing it.
That's so cool. I used to there was a show called Junkyard Wars that I used to host, and the whole premise of the show, you're a little young for it, but the whole premise of the show was, these teams would come and they'd have to build something, and they'd have to run around the junkyard and get stuff. And there were some things that were planted there, like, they did planes, like we put new propellers there because obviously whatever. But I would see people welding and making all this stuff like out of nothing. I really do. It's incredible. And that was such a cool show to work on. But like the stuff that you guys do, great respect for it. So yeah, I love that. So like you said, hopefully you don't have to go back to it. But so what have you thought about for your plan in terms of the UFC? Like, are you the kind of guy that has strategized every step you want to make? How do you see your future unfolding in the organization?
No, to be honest, I didn't strategize past this point at all. I was hoping to go out there and get a big finish and set up my career for, big things. And now that that's happened, I'm really letting my management and my coaches do their job. And I know my job is to be the best fighter I can be. So, I'm working on figuring out what training blocks I can implement in the free time I have now, actually getting some rest, some recovery, doing more strength training, just being the best athlete that I can be. And when the phone call comes, my manager will do his job, my coaches will do their job, and we'll go out there and win again.
Very cool. And I love the fact that you've still stayed true to your team. But what's cool now is that all of you can also access the PI, what I mean, and work together there. And like those facilities just help everybody level up so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's exciting.
It's great. Yeah, I can't wait. One of the immediate trips that we do want to make is to the PI, to access those resources, because we didn't get to do it. This fight week wasn't in Vegas. So when we was there for Contender Series, we didn't have access. Now that we do, we're going to make a trip there, and we're going to really level up the camp. Yeah,
take advantage of it. And I would say take advantage of, other fighters that are there, especially like if you run into Dominic Cruz, who, was in your division, like talk to Dominic Cruz. You know what I mean?
And
he's got a lot of knowledge. And it's just like you made such a great impression. And just all of us on the, on our side of what we do, we're all like, okay, this kid's got a lot of potential. And honestly, not for nothing, like you're already doing great on the mic. It seems like you've taken into account the whole entirety of the business, which I think is really a smart approach. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I tried to invest a lot of time into like my social media, learning how to talk. If you go watch like my amateur fights and my interviews, oh my goodness, it was horrendous. It's hard for me to watch now. But I've tried to work on those things to make sure that when I got to this position, we could make the most of it. So I'm very happy with where we are.
Nice. Very cool. Before I let you go, like, what do you do when you're not fighting? Obviously before when you were pipe fitting and all that, but are you, outside of the training stuff, are you a gamer? What do you like to do?
Yeah, honestly, with my work schedule and my training schedule, I really didn't have a ton of free time. But I do watch anime. Me and my old lady, we'll lay up sometimes to watch anime. That's fun. Me and my teammates are so competitive, man. So, like, I love playing basketball, man. We'll go out there, we'll play, and we'll get fired up. That's fun. We play, like, spike ball, stuff like that. But really active stuff for the most part. And so now that I got free time, maybe I'll get into a little bit more stuff.
Nice. Well, my daughter is really into anime. Which ones do you watch?
Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites.
Hunter is awesome. Well, she gets mad at me because I like Hisoka, and she's like,
"Oh man, I love him.
Hisoka is the worst." I'm like, "Yeah, no, Tonpa's the worst."
Yes. Nah, if it wasn't for Hisoka, the show wouldn't be as great as it is. We all love him. We
Totally.
hate him, but we love him.
Exactly.
That was like one of the first I fell in love with. I'm actually rewatching it now. I mean, everybody likes Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yep.
That came out recently, and
Yes.
it was mind blowing how good that was.
Cool.
Bleach, I watched that. Just a ton of them.
Nice.
I'm a little bit of an anime head for sure.
Nice, nice. I love it. I love it. Well, it's been great getting to know you, and now everybody, after a debut like that, sky's the limit. But really, just congratulations. Really, just a perfect debut, and happy that you're here. Congrats on making it into the big show.
Thank you so much. It feels good to be here. It's still kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, but man, it's been good. I appreciate it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, thank you for kicking back with me today, Malcolm. And hopefully you're fighting soon. Are you going to you're trying to get on that card in Atlanta? Are you really trying to get on that?
Yes, absolutely. I called for it in the cage. I already talked to Sean Shelby. Like, as soon as I got to the back, I saw him and I brought it up, and he said he was confident he could get it done. My manager's confident that they can get it done. So quick turnaround. I'm hoping, man. Hopefully you guys see me back in that cage real soon.
Yeah, I'm sure Sean was like, oh, I got you. I'm sure you're the kind of guy he loves. Like, you go in there, you perform like that, you didn't get hurt. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you'll get it.
So if everybody has their way, we all going to be happy in June.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we look forward to it. And again, congrats. And if everybody isn't paying attention to you yet, they're definitely going to be now, Malcolm. So, congrats, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
See you later. Bye. All right. Well, what a good dude. That's very cool. Very impressed with him. So anyway, thanks for checking out the video. I've got a lot more interviews, so you should just look for them anytime. Kickback with KB. There's a whole playlist of them on my channel, on my website, on YouTube, whatever. And like and follow. You know the drill. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.